Welcome to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. This is your go-to source for practical advice and support while you go through the divorce process. Join us each weekday for a quick chat where we'll cover a variety of topics such as child custody, property division, and self-care. Together, we'll explore emotional, financial, and legal aspects of divorce and help you find the best path forward for you and your family. Here's your host and Certified Divorce Financial Analyst Professional, Mike Fulkerson.
Hello and welcome to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we're going to do things a little differently. This is one of those days. Every once in a while, I like to put an episode out here of just my thoughts on a topic, unrehearsed, no outline to go off of, just chatting, if you will. So I hope you'll stick around with me. Because today I'm going to talk about getting through the divorce process. I mean, Destination Divorce was built on, the divorce process and getting information to you on how to get through it and things to think about and stuff. And so, the process, I can assure you, will finish. And it may finish how you want it, and it may finish how you didn't think it would finish. But you will get through the process and you'll come out the other end. And you'll be a stronger, more resilient individual for it. And, I don't want to sit here and say that I advocate for getting a divorce. I don't. I mean, you've gotten to this point because you've checked all the boxes and gone through all the things. And so, now that you're in it, we're just going to, you're going to push ahead and get through the process, and you take care of yourself, self-care during the process because it's extremely stressful. And not just on you. If you have children involved, it's highly stressful for them. There is a lot of questions and thoughts. You're going to want to talk to them. You're going to want to have communication with them. Keep them talking, keep them involved at their age level and appropriate conversations and things like that. I have kids. It's hard. It's very hard. And so when you look at getting through the actual divorce process, the legal side kind of takes care of itself, especially if you got an attorney. They would do a good job of, say, front running everything, keeping you in the loop, and then interacting with your soon-to-be ex-spouse. They're also great for information and such. So you have that aspect of things. But the reality is it takes time. I mean, shoot, amicable divorces take a while, and so getting through the process is just an emotional. I mean, it's just, emotional. Let's leave it at that. And so when you get through the process, though, you're going to start to be able to rebuild, move on, put things back together and stuff, and a lot of processing. So, I like to say it's over, but it's really not over. And if you have kids, it's not over until the kids are done with living at home kind of situation. With either of the spouses kind of thing, and college, if that's it, or work, what have you. So, in the end, a lot of times it's good for everybody involved. So keep that in mind. And, you also made the right choice. You're where you're supposed to be. I want to thank you also for listening and watching all the episodes. I put it out there just to have the information for people as a resource kind of thing. So I hope you do enjoy them. I thank you for liking them and sharing them with other people. And so, when I say things like, if you have questions and stuff, reach out. I mean it. I'll do whatever I can to help you, that type of thing. So with that, I'm going to sign off on Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. And I want to wish you all the best through the process. And, I hope, things go as smoothly as possible. You take care of yourself. Hi, and welcome back to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we're going to look at a topic that, when you're going through a divorce or you're looking at the diverse landscape of divorce, how many different processes are there? What can you do? How does it work? There really is no one size fits all approach, and understanding the various types of divorces available can help you choose the path that aligns with your unique circumstances. So let's go ahead and start running through these. I mean, the easiest and the one to discuss is probably the one that's most well known, and that's the traditional divorce process, often referred to as litigation. In this scenario, each spouse hires an attorney. The divorce process unfolds in the court system. The judge makes decisions on issues such as property division, spousal maintenance, child custody, and child support. While this approach can be necessary in certain situations, it's often viewed as adversarial and can often lead to increased conflicts and costs. So, what else can we do? Well, next on the list here we got is, heading over to mediation. Mediation is a more collaborative approach where a neutral third party, known as a mediator, facilitates discussions between the spouses to reach agreements on various aspects of the divorce. It encourages open communication and empowers couples to actively participate in shaping their own outcomes. In a previous episode, we talked about collaborative divorce. And as we discussed, it really is like mediation on steroids. In this approach, each spouse has their own attorney, but they're committed to resolving the issues outside of court. If the collaborative process breaks down, both attorneys must withdraw, adding an extra incentive for, cooperative resolution. If you really don't want to go to court, then you're going to have to, play nice and make joint decisions and stuff. Another option is arbitration. In arbitration, a neutral third party, here again, similar to a judge, makes decisions on contested issues. It's a more private and flexible process compared to litigation, and couples can choose their arbitrator. However, it's important to note that the decisions made in an arbitration are binding. So whatever's decided is decided. You can't go back and make an adjustment or change. We're going to explore a less formal but increasingly popular option, the do-it-yourself divorce. In this scenario, couples use online resources, legal document services, or court-provided forms to navigate the divorce process without professional assistance. Now, while it's cost-effective, it is critical to ensure all legal requirements are met. You really still have to go through all the right steps and all the right processes to make sure that everything is good. And if your situation isn't simple, it could be unlikely to work, especially if you have kids and things. There's a lot that goes into the divorce process. Now, an uncontested divorce is another avenue where both spouses agree on all aspects of the divorce, eliminating the need for court intervention. It's typically faster and less expensive than contested divorces. However, even in uncontested cases, seeking some legal advice is recommended to ensure that everything's being addressed. Now, there is one more type worth mentioning, and that is the no-fault divorce. In a no-fault divorce, neither party is required to prove fault or wrongdoing. The marriage is deemed irretrievably broken, and this simplifies the process, reducing the need for extensive evidence or arguments about who is to blame. In conclusion, the divorce journey offers various paths. As you heard, there's a lot. Each one has its own characteristics and special considerations. The choice of the divorce type depends on the individual circumstances, priorities, and the level of cooperation between spouses. That's probably the biggest. It is critical to carefully evaluate these options and, if needed, seek professional guidance to navigate the complexities of divorce. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on today's topic, or you want to discuss anything else financial planning related, feel free to give me a call, send me an email. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Until next time, take care. Hi, and welcome back to Breaking Ties Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today's topic really, we're going to explore, you know, what many people are contemplating when they're considering getting a divorce, and that's legal separation. What is it, and could it be the right path during the divorce process? Well, we'll find out. Let's take a look at some of the details. Uh, we're just going to start with, the definition really. Legal separation is a legal arrangement where married couples live separately but remain legally married. Remember that. You're still married. So it involves court approved agreements that define the rights and responsibilities of each spouse, addressing issues such as property division, child custody, and any type of support. It's essential to understand that legal separation is distinct from divorce. The marriage is not terminated. So I just can't say that enough. Now, why might someone choose legal separation over divorce? Well, there are various reasons and certain circumstances it works quite well. For some, it might be a practical step to gain time and space to evaluate the relationship before actually committing to following through on a divorce. Others may choose legal separation for religious or financial reasons, as it allows them to maintain certain benefits of marriage, such as health insurance or tax benefits. One significant advantage of legal separation is that it provides a structured framework for addressing key issues. And this includes things like child custody arrangements, visitation schedules, and financial responsibilities. Having these details legally outlined can bring clarity and stability during a challenging time. Now, it's important to note that legal separation is not a prerequisite for divorce. If a couple decides to move forward with the divorce after a period of legal separation, the agreements made during the separation can often be incorporated into the divorce settlement. However, choosing legal separation, and here, pay attention, here we go, does not guarantee that a divorce will follow. Some couples find that they're able to reconcile. I mean, it does happen. It's not out of the question. So the question then becomes, is legal separation right for you during the divorce process? And that answer really depends on your individual circumstances, goals, and the nature of your relationship. If there is uncertainty about whether divorce is the right decision, legal separation offers a middle ground. It allows you to experience life apart from your spouse without the finality of divorce. This period of separation can be an opportunity for self-reflection and an exploration of your feelings. For those with concerns about financial stability or access to benefits, legal separation might be a practical choice. It doesn't always have to be a love choice. It could be a practical choice. It provides a legal framework for addressing financial matters and can ensure that both parties are aware of their rights and responsibilities during the separation period. However, keep in mind, legal separation is not without its challenges. It requires a lot of open communication, and you have to have a willingness to cooperate. If both parties are not on board with the terms of the separation, it may lead to additional conflict. So, you may want to seek legal advice before pursuing legal separation to ensure that a clear understanding of all the implications of everything that's going to take place. Wrapping up this episode, legal separation could be a viable option for those navigating the complexities of divorce. I'm not going to say it won't be. It provides a structured framework for addressing key issues while allowing couples to evaluate their relationship. It's critical to carefully consider individual circumstances and probably a good idea to seek professional guidance to make informed decisions. Thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on today's topic or other financial planning issues, feel free to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Take care. Hello, and welcome back to Breaking Ties Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today we are going to explore an alternative approach to divorce, the collaborative divorce process. What is it and how does it work? Let's go ahead and really just get started and jump right in on this. We're going to start with, and I don't think I have to actually tell you this, but traditional divorces can often be adversarial, resulting in increased conflict, stress, and emotional turmoil. It does happen, unfortunately. Now, collaborative divorce, on the other hand, is a process designed to promote cooperation, open communication, and mutual decision making between spouses. It's a journey towards resolution rather than confrontation. So, how does the collaborative divorce process work? Well, it typically involves a series of structured meetings where both parties, along with their respective attorneys, collaboratively work towards finding solutions that meet the needs and interests of each individual involved. One of the key aspects is that the commitment by both spouses and their attorneys to resolve issues without going to court. I mean, that's pretty big. In fact, part of the process involves signing an agreement stating that if the collaborative negotiations break down, both attorneys will withdraw from the case and new litigation attorneys will be hired by each of the spouses. These meetings or sessions are guided in a spirit of cooperation rather than confrontation. Could make it a little easier. They can cover a range of topics from property division and spousal maintenance to child custody and visitation. Experts, such as financial advisors or child psychologists, may be brought in to provide additional insights and assistance. Now, it is important to note that the collaborative divorce process places a strong emphasis on open communications. Both parties have the opportunity to express their concerns, needs, and goals in a respectful and constructive environment. This can foster a more positive and amicable atmosphere during what we know is going to be a very challenging time. So another distinctive feature that's interesting of the collaborative divorce process is the focus on creative problem solving. Instead of relying on a judge to make decisions, the collaborative process allows spouses to actively participate in finding unique solutions that best suit their family circumstances. This can lead to a more tailored and personalized outcome, essentially, that really fits with the family. Additionally, the collaborative divorce process often takes less time than traditional litigation. The structured nature of the sessions and the commitment to resolutions can streamline the overall timeline, reducing the emotional and financial costs associated with prolonged court battles. And I mean, really, you don't want to have a prolonged court battle and you don't want to have anything that drags out. So this could be a good solution for you. Of course, collaborative divorce may not be suitable for everyone. It generally works best when both parties are willing to engage in the process honestly and transparently. It's essential for spouses to have trust in the collaborative approach and be committed to finding common ground. So if you and your spouse don't get along, this likely isn't going to be the way to go for you. In conclusion, collaborative divorce offers an alternative path for couples seeking to end their marriage in a more respectful and cooperative manner. It does empower both parties to actively participate in shaping their future and can actually lead to a smoother transition into the next chapter of their lives. I want to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on this topic or other financial planning issues, please give me a call, shoot me an email. My information's in the description. Divorce is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Until next time, take care. Hello, and welcome back to Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. I'm your host, Mike Fulkerson, financial advisor and certified divorce financial analyst professional. And today I want to navigate through a delicate yet important aspect of divorce: how children's health issues are handled during the divorce process. So let's go ahead and get into it. As we all know, and I don't have to say this, but divorce really can be a challenging experience for everyone involved. And when children's health issues are in the picture, it really does add a layer of complexity. It's essential to approach these situations with care, empathy, and a focus on the well being of the children, because really we don't want to create any more stress than they already have. So, first, communication is going to be a key component. Both parents need to be open and honest about any existing health concerns or issues related to the kids. This includes sharing medical records, diagnosis, and treatment plans. It's crucial for both parents to have a clear understanding of the child's health status. Now, when it comes to decision making about child's health care during the divorce, it's typically addressed in the parenting plan. Now, the parenting plan outlines how decisions related to the child's health, education, and general well being will be made. So, this is a pretty critical component of the divorce agreement, and it helps set the framework for co parenting. In many cases, parents are encouraged to work together to make joint decisions about their children's health. This may involve consulting with healthcare professionals, discussing treatment options, and agreeing on a course of action that is in the best interest of the child. After all, no one wants to see their child delayed on any kind of health benefits or anything else that's going on because the two parents are squabbling. Now, in situations where parents cannot reach a consensus, legal custody arrangements come into play. So, legal custody determines which parent has the actual authority to make major decisions for the child, including those related to health. It can be sole legal custody, where one parent has the decision making authority, or joint legal custody, where both parents share the responsibility. As you can see, and I think you know where we're going here, the challenge arises when children have ongoing health issues that require consistent care and attention. In such cases, it's really important for the parents to establish a clear communication plan. I mean, this may involve regular updates on the child's health, sharing relevant medical information, and coordinating appointments and treatments. Another important aspect is ensuring that both parents have access to the child's medical records. So we've talked about how making this seamless. And so each person really does need to know what's going on. So this keeps both parties informed, about the child's health history as well and ongoing medical needs. Privacy laws may require explicit consent for the sharing of medical information. So it's essential to address this during the divorce proceedings. We also want to take a look at mental health, as it is also a significant consideration. Divorce can have emotional implications for kids, and their mental well-being should be a priority. Collaborative efforts, between the two parents, therapists, and other mental health professionals can contribute to providing, the necessary support for children during this challenging time. So wrapping up, handling children's health issues during divorce requires, really a thoughtful and collaborative approach. It's going to take effort. Open communication, a well-defined parenting plan, and a focus on the child's best interests are of the utmost priority. It's a challenging journey, but, working together, parents can ensure that their children's health needs are met with the care and attention they deserve. So I'd like to thank you for joining me on this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce. Should you have any questions on this topic or other financial planning issues, please don't hesitate to reach me. My information's in the description, really. Divorce, again, is not the end of your story. It is the start of your next great chapter. Until next time, have a good day.
We want to thank you for listening to this episode of Breaking Ties, Destination Divorce with Mike Fulkerson. For questions, please reach out to Mike via email in the description or give him a shout at 630-444-1410. Remember to subscribe, like, and follow.